Happy Saturday, everybody. Sure hope you have a great weekend. Remember the changes we've been talking about this week with the cold front that came through yesterday, producing a little bit of rain for some of us, some drizzly, dreary conditions, but the skies cleared, making for a rather cool start to our Saturday. And it's going to stay on the cool side throughout much of the day today and really all weekend long. Plus, it's going to be a little bit on the gusty side at times. Oh, and by the way, our first frost advisory has been issued by the National Weather Service. I'll explain details on that here in just a moment. And then next week, we're talking about two more storms that may produce some light rain on Monday, but a better chance for some decent rain by the end of next week. So got all that weather information coming up. Of course, we've always got your current conditions, satellite and radar, day parts, and 7-day forecasts for many parts of East Tennessee. So the winds are going to pick up throughout the day today. The winds are starting off on the light side, but as we get into the lunch hour and shortly thereafter, the winds are going to be cranking up, especially across the highest peaks of the Smokies. Now, a lot of folks want to get out and check out some of that fall foliage. Now, I've posted a little bit more of that on my YouTube channel, of course, on social media, and I talked about it yesterday. The fact of the matter is, well, we don't have a lot of changing colors so far. So just a little bit across the tip-top peaks, but people still drive up there. And if you are going to be heading up to the higher elevations, look at the winds going to be cranking right there at the tips of the Smokies. So Clingman's Dome, Mount LeConte, could be seeing winds gusting to about 20, 25, 30 miles per hour. And then as we get into the evening and overnight hours, those winds will begin to back off just a bit. But it is going to be rather breezy and gusty across the area. Hey, heading off to a pumpkin patch today. There's a lot of them all over East Tennessee, and this is going to be a perfect fall weekend. A little breezy, but still pleasant and cool. So by 10 o'clock, we're at 55. By this afternoon, we only warm into the low to mid 60s, making for very, very comfortable weather. Apple orchards, pumpkin patches, and even haunted houses. Yes, we're in that time of the year. So forecast highs today, considerably cooler from what we saw much of this week, where we had temps in the mid to upper 80s. Today we're talking 50s and some low to mid 60s. So yeah, definitely a chilly one for sure. Hey, want to head up to the national park and check out some of the little color that we have up there. Not only is it going to be windy or gusty, but it's going to be chilly as well. 45 by 10. As we get into the afternoon, temperatures will be in the 40s and 50s. So again, prepare if you're from out of town. You're going to be heading up to the higher elevations. Forecast low temperatures tonight. Here comes that cold air. Remember, we talked about the dry air moving its way on in. Dew points drop, and so therefore that allows our morning lows to come down. So Sunday morning, we're waking up with 30s and 40s. So the National Weather Service has issued their first frost advisory of the season for the national park and over into North Carolina. So the higher elevations, it's really not going to affect most of us. But hey, listen, if you're a hiker, backpacker, if you're a picture taker, head up to the higher elevations. You may see some frost early tomorrow morning. Forecast high temperatures tomorrow, well, we're going to stay in the 60s. So it's going to be a nice solid fall weekend. Cool sunshine is on the way. So our dew points, I just talked about that. They're going to stay in the 30s all weekend long. But next week, we'll start to see those dew points coming back up. What does that mean? That means we're adding more moisture to the atmosphere, and that's going to lead to another chance for rain as another storm system approaches. So we'll pick up our timeline on Sunday evening. There's a little clipper system in the atmosphere that's going to come on through the area. So do anticipate cloudier skies to get started on Monday morning, and there's a slight chance for a little bit of light rain. I'm not expecting much with this one. Looks like we'll get a better chance for some rain as we get into the middle and latter part of next week. So let's go ahead and talk about that, because when you look at your rainfall outlook this weekend, today and tomorrow, yeah, non-existent here across much of our region. As we get into Monday, remember I said that we had that little clipper system, just a little bit of light rain, mainly north of Interstate 40, more so across the Tennessee-Kentucky border and the Appalachian region. Through Wednesday, we don't see much in the form of rain, but I highlight Wednesday, or today through Wednesday anyways, because here comes our next little weather maker. It moves its way out of the north and northwest, and that's going to spread in more rain. So the hope is that we'll actually get some decent rain by the middle to latter part of next week. Maybe half an inch of rain, maybe upwards of a 3/4 of an inch of rain in some locations. So much needed moisture will be heading our direction. Knoxville, we sure hope you have a great weekend. We're in the mid 60s today and tomorrow. Morning lows on Sunday morning down to 40. And then we climb back into the 70s and 80s. So trending at or slightly above average as that next storm system approaches the area. Morristown, Hamlin County, low 60s with lows in the 30s early tomorrow morning. Those low temperatures warm along with the high temperatures And again, we'll keep you up to date on that Friday forecast because that's looking like the timing for more rain to settle on in. Other than that, a solid weather pattern for you folks in Oak Ridge. Anderson County, we're in the mid-60s today, low 70s Monday, Tuesday, closer to 80 as we get into our Wednesday and Thursday time frame. And Pigeon Forge, anybody from out of town or just hanging out and enjoying the activities up in Pigeon Forge? Again, it's going to be a little bit on the gustier side throughout the day today. Other than that, we will continue to see some nice, pleasant, cool temperatures before things begin to warm up as we head into next week. Glad you could join me right here in East Tennessee Weather. Don't forget to download the East TN Weather app. Join me on social media and post your fall photos so we can share it to everybody. Have a great day.